Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas coming under fire yesterday following a report in the ProPublica publication that he and his wife, Ginny Thomas, accepted trips, including flights on a private jet, from a multimillionaire conservative, and that the justice did not report it.
Yeah, this in his annual financial disclosure. Already, there were calls for his resignation among Democrats at Capitol Hill, and Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez even calling for the justice's resignation. And John Gizzi is joining us live with that report. John, in our D.C. newsroom, I believe, how much trouble is Justice Thomas in, or is he not?
Well, looking at this, because he's a conservative justice and his wife is an unabashed conservative activist, Justice Thomas is always going to be watched closely and criticized whenever he seems to do something untoward. So we'll hear a lot about this in the days ahead. It is true that the Thomases were hosted on private jets and cruises by Harlan Crow, who sits on the boards of the conservative Hoover Institute and American Enterprise Institute. It's also true that there is no rule against this for justices, and that Justice Thomas simply omitted something about which he will probably amend his financial disclosure statements.
Follow up for you here, John. What are court watchers saying about his future on the bench? Can we expect him to maintain his spot after this alleged controversy?
Well, Emma, we'll certainly hear a lot about it in the days ahead, but much of the criticism from Capitol Hill will be about the system and that the Supreme Court is the only branch of government without a code of ethics that forbids certain gratuities and behavior. Senate Democratic Whip Dick Durbin said yesterday the highest court in the land shouldn't have the lowest ethical standards. That's the kind of talk we're hearing on Capitol Hill, and a bipartisan ethics bill for the justices is likely to be introduced again. It's been tried before, but it's never been passed.
All right, so the term likely, I want to use that one. How likely is it that Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas steps down? Is there any chance of that?
Well, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say the chances are -10, Sean. After 32 years on the high court, Thomas is 4 years shy of breaking the record as the longest-serving Supreme Court justice in American history. Sources close to him say he plans to break it.
John Gizzi reporting there again on that from Washington Newsroom. We appreciate that.